episode 23. They were stymied. For the next week, practically every day, one of them had a brainstorm. On Monday, Catherine thought of actually walking or riding their bikes to visit every single kid in Liston they remembered being on their list. But they couldn't remember very many street names, and the ones they remembered turned out to be way over the other side of the highway, too far away. On Tuesday, Jonah thought of calling other Duprees to ask them if they knew Angela, and if so, if she was all right. J, B, and E already know that we know Angela. He argued with Chip and Catherine. They saw us talking to her. What could it hurt if they find out we're actually looking for her again? His arguments didn't matter. The only Dupree he could find from directory assistants had just moved to Louisiana and had never heard of Angela. From Louisiana. On Wednesday, Chip said, "That's it. I'm calling Daniela McCarthy back. I don't care who hears me." But her phone rang and rang and rang, and then a computerized message clicked on. "This phone has been disconnected." There was no other number given. Chip kicked his desk chair and sent it spiraling across the basement floor. They probably canceled their landline and went down to cell phones during the move. That's what we did. Oh, why didn't I call her back last week? He pounded his fist on the desk. On Thursday, Catherine thought of riding their bikes slowly down Robin's Egg Lane looking for sale or sold signs. If they got really lucky, moving vans. They did find a McCoy Realty sign stuck in the yard of 1873, which sounded right to Jonah and Chip. But when they knocked on the door, the sound echoed vacantly. All the windows were covered with blinds, so they couldn't see in. A woman stepped out on the porch across the street. "Nobody's going to buy your band's candy or raffle tickets or whatever it is you're trying to sell there," she said. "That house has been empty for months. And while we're at it, I don't want to buy anything either." "Oh, we're not selling anything," Catherine said quickly. Jonah jabbed his elbow into her ribs, because what if the woman jumped to a worse conclusion? What if she thought we were planning to break in? Catherine ignored him. We're just the middle school welcome wagon. We had information that a 13-year-old girl was moving in here, and we came to make sure that she feels comfortable in Linston." "Do we have our dates wrong? Do you know when the McCarthys are moving in?" "Well, I wouldn't know anything about that," the woman said. "I do seem to remember hearing something about paperwork on the house being messed up, delaying everything. But of course, it's none of my business." She gave them a sharp look. "Or yours." Friday afternoon, Jonah shoved aside his math homework and wrote on a clean sheet of paper, "JB, we could use a little help here. Hints? Clues? Can't you tell us anything?" Then he tore the paper into pieces and threw it in the trash can beside his desk. Because how would JB know they called him JB? And what if E found the note instead? It was a good thing that he destroyed the evidence so quickly, because a few moments later his mom poked her head in the door. "Jonah, I didn't want to bring this up in front of Catherine, but we got this flyer in the mail today." She held out a glossy sheet of paper. Halfway across the room, Jonah could read the title. "Adoptees on the Cusp of Their Teen Years, a Conference for Adolescents and Their Parents." "It's part of a series put on by the County Department of Social Services," she said. "The conference is just for families in Liston and Clarksville and Upper Tyson, so it probably wouldn't be a huge crowd. You've just been acting so, disturbed lately, ever since we met with Mr. Reardon. Not that I blame you. I was disturbed by that man too. But even before that, you were asking questions about your adoption. All the books say the teen years are when a lot of adoptees begin struggling with their identity. I think we should go to this, you and Dad and me." Liston and Clarksville and Upper Tyson, thought Jonah. Perfect. "Okay," Jonah said, trying very hard to hide his eagerness. He needed to sound reluctant, put upon, maybe even still disturbed. He tried to sound as if something new had just occurred to him, as if he didn't care, if he didn't much care. "Oh, could we make a copy of that? I think Chip and his parents would want to go too." To think about why would he want to go to these towns, to Liston, to Upper Tyson, and Clarksville? Why is he trying to hide his eagerness to visit those locations? All right, we're going to stop there for today and head on over to the forum to answer the questions.